Hey everyone, it's Tyler and Michele Strike from Universal Rackets, and today in this video, once you're done, we are going to teach you how to instantly get 5 to 10 more miles per hour on your serve. Once again, if you watch this whole video, you will be learning tips and tricks to get at least 5 to 10 miles per hour instantly once you're done this video. So, getting power on your serve is such a big deal. Now, placement is the number one thing, but once you learn how to place the ball, then you will get power. The serve starts off the point. The ball is in your hands. Now, Michele, when you're hitting the serve, what are the main things that you're looking for a good, effective serve?
You want to make sure that you're making contact with the ball below your hip. You want to make sure that you're behind the line.
3 B's.
Wait, I said
below the ball,
wrong.
below the hip, behind the line. That's okay. That works. And think about it, guys. If you guys aren't playing in the Major League PPA, APP Association, you're probably never going to really get called for a mid-hip or mid-waist ball. But everyone likes to call it out on social media because we are all tournament referees.
We are. And you know what else is important with the serve? Obviously, number one, get your serve in. Not many people can win points off of their serve, but it is essential to have some power behind it to create offense for your team while you are starting off the point.
Yes. And also, again, you explained the rules, but I was asking what makes a good serve.
Yeah, so you want some power and you want to have spin if you can generate that as well.
And what do you want? You want depth. You want to get your ball fast and deep, so then your opponent's next shot is in the transition zone rather than at the kitchen line. I want you to think, if someone hits Michele a good, easy serve up here, what she's going to do? She's going to hit it, and then you're going to move up all the way to the kitchen.
Right.
But if someone hits Michele or me a super deep and fast serve, I'm going to hit the ball, I'm going to be back here, and then the next ball I am going to make more in the transition zone. And the further back that you can keep your opponents with these instant improve your fast serve tips, you're going to be so much better off when you play pickleball.
And bonus tip, the best place to put the serve is to your opponent's backhand, because usually their forehand is stronger than their backhand. So if you can get it deep into their backhand and use some of these tips we give you in this video, you are going to have an incredible serve.
All right, enough with the talk. It's time to give you these powerful serve tips. Should we get started?
Yes.
Let's go. First thing that we're going to teach you is what not to do when you're trying to get power. A lot of players, they hurt their arm, they hurt their shoulder, they hurt their wrist because they try to get a powerful serve. And when you think power, what do you automatically think? I go like this. I'm trying to grip the paddle as tight as possible. So again, person, I'm gonna try to get power on the serve. They come out, death grip. They are gripping at 11. They go to swing. They hit their serve. Their serve goes over the fence. And also, again, they end up injuring their arm. And they get frustrated because they can't hit the serve super hard in. So then what do they start to do? They want to get the ball in. So then they slow it down. They start babying the serve. It either goes in the kitchen or it goes super short. Right. So what do you not want to do? Number one thing you don't want to do, not just for consistency, but for longevity purposes, is you want to make sure you hold the paddle loose. You don't hold the paddle tight. Now, Michele, tell me, what is my favorite quote in pickleball?
To gain control, you have to give up control.
Yes, so in pickleball, to gain control, you have to give up control. The more you let the paddle work for you and the less you work for the paddle, the better it's going to be. Instead of gripping the paddle on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being a death grip, you want to grip it around a 2 or a 3. So the first tip that I'm going to give you to give a more powerful serve, and this isn't going to hurt your elbow and arm, is you're going to grip the paddle loose. Gripping the paddle loose is going to make a huge difference with your serve. It's going to get you more power and more consistency. So Michele's going to go out, and again, she's just going to grip the paddle super loose, and she's just going to hit some serves. Now, when she's doing this exercise of trying to hit her serve as loose as possible, again, she's just going to serve and try to hold the paddle super loose. We have no expectations. It doesn't matter where the ball goes. So here we are. Let's go. Serve in. Just try to be loose as possible. Good. Hold that paddle loose. Now, if you struggle with having a death grip on the paddle, what you can do are 2 exercises. Exercise number 1, Michele's going to grip her paddle with her index finger and thumb, okay? And maybe middle finger, okay? You're going to hold the paddle like this. You're going to grip it, and again, you're going to just hit serve. So here we are, let's go. You're going to hit your serve. Super loose, that's going to feel weird. And again, we have 0 expectations whatsoever. We're just trying to get the feeling of being loose. The second exercise that we recommend, if you hold it as a death grip. You are going to squeeze your dominant wrist with your non-dominant hand. So if I'm a right-handed player, I'm going to squeeze my right wrist with my left hand. If I'm a lefty, I'm going to squeeze my left wrist with my right hand. And look, speaking about wrist, look at this amazing bracelet that my daughter made for me. I'm wearing it in these videos, super awesome. I'm going to put the link in the description to her bracelet building business. Just kidding, but we should make that for her, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so again, I'm gonna squeeze my wrist. I'm going to let the ball bounce twice, so I have time, and then I'm going to go swing. Again, I'm gonna squeeze the wrist, let it bounce twice, and then I am going to swing.
Speaking of letting the ball bounce, we did have a question on social media the other day about this person initially learned pickleball with a bounce, like a drop serve, where they drop the ball and then hit it. So a lot of people learn that, and they have that in their game, and they're getting confused on how to switch from that to a regular release the ball from your hand directly to the paddle.
Yeah, that's a great question. Should you have a bounce serve? And what we teach at Universal Rackets, unless you completely can't hit a serve in the air, then you can do a bounce serve.
Right.
With a bounce serve, many more things go wrong. You have to wait for the timing, it may hit a different spot, the height of the bounce, it just adds another variable that you don't want. Now, a great drill real quick, we can maybe do this in another video, but just because you brought that up, the best way to get synchronized, and people have trouble and they go to bounce serve because they can't time their drop with their contact. All you're going to do is you're going to tell yourself out loud, you're going to drop and hit. Again, you're going to drop and hit. By saying drop and hit, or 1 and 2, it's going to get your body synchronized. But again, this is for more power. So tip number 1, once again, is to hold the paddle loose. Now, following that, once we hold the paddle loose, now we have to what? Give up control? We have to let the paddle go all of the way. Once again, a lot of players, they end up popping the ball up. They end up having no power because they just try to get it to serve in, and they end up slamming the brakes. Instead of slamming the brakes, I want to swing all the way forward and let my paddle go. So once again, instead of stopping, I'm going to swing all the way forward and let my paddle go. Hopefully next time the ball will go in. But again, I need to extend my paddle forward.
And as you're extending forward, trust that follow through. It's going to feel so weird initially if you didn't come from tennis, or you've never had a follow through in your life, to go like this and just hoping that it goes in instead of long. But the more you practice it, the better you'll get and the more power you'll get.
Yes, so Michele's going to hit maybe 3 or 4 serves, and all she's going to do is just worry about following through all the way. Again, right now, 0 expectations. Doesn't matter if it's in or it's out. Just worrying about following through all the way. Now, when you're doing this following through drill, I want you to accelerate every single time. So she's going to do 3 more, and she's going to increase her acceleration and her speed and really start to exaggerate that follow through. What she's going to notice, by exaggerating your follow through, it is going to give you more action and more power on your serve. The more you let it go, the better it is going to be. Now do that one more time. Exactly what you did. Shadow it for me real quick. Okay. What did she do? Did you hear that? Do it one more time. Okay. Michele made a grunt. Guys, breathing
out.
will get you 5 to 10 more miles per hour on your serve, and also it will get the ball in.
And it will keep your paddle loose too.
Inhale when you take your paddle back and you exhale forward, it's going to what Michele already said.
Hold your paddle
It's
looser.
going to make your paddle looser. So again, if you want to get 5 to 10 more miles per hour on your serve instantly, all you're going to do is you're literally going to inhale on your take back, and you're going to exhale forward. You're going to inhale on your take back, exhale forward. That is how you are going to get more power on your serve.
Now, I initially, last year, I'll say all of last year, I used an open stance serve, and I noticed a lot of my videos, I'm watching myself play, and I have a very upward motion in an open stance. So recently, I'm trying to take my foot back, close it off, and transfer my weight more to generate more power and move my weight forward instead of just going like this to get it in open.
And Michele, you read my mind. So once we understand our top half, and what I mean by the top half is our actual swing paired with our breathing. We fixed this, we're loose, we're accelerating, we're following all the way through. Now we're going to double the amount of power on your serve. We already got you 5 to 10 more miles per hour on your serve, but now we're going to double it. If you haven't done what we talked about before, and if you already do do what we've told you before, holding paddle loose, following through, exhaling. This is going to take that serve to the next level. And that is getting your rotation. If you can rotate your body, rotation and acceleration equals pure power. The more you can rotate your body, you are going to get more power.
But rotating your body in a productive way. You don't want to go like this.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn your torso. You want to take all of your weight, put it in the back dominant leg, and then transfer it into the core in your right leg so that you're naturally rotating with your follow through, right?
Yes. You don't want to necessarily arm the ball. A lot of players, when they think that they rotate, this is what not to do. And this probably is because they're holding their paddle super tight. Check that the camera's still rolling as well, because this is fire content. When we're serving, we're gripping the paddle super tight and we're turning our body. I'm turning with my top half. No, I want to rotate throughout my bottom half, okay?
A pivot.
Yes, so we will get into that, okay? But I want to think that if I am closed stance, which means like my feet are side to side, my hips are facing the side, normal serve, I am going to have my hips face sideways, and then when I swing, I'm going to rotate and face my hips forward. Now Michelle's she's praying right now that I'm not going to say the hips don't lie tip, but you want to think that you're moving your hips like Shakira and your hips do not lie. She's just staring at me like really awkwardly. And what I mean by that is if you can think that you're moving your hips, all right? When you're moving your hips, if you can think that your hips are facing sideways and then you rotate and then your hips are facing forward, you're going to get that rotation. So that is a great cue for you to rotate your hips. Now, wherever you are right now, get up out of your chair. If you're in front of people, who cares? If you're on the public transportation bus in New York City, the subways or whatever, get up right now and just do this. Rotate your hips in front of every single person.
And I have a question about this thing. So I'm not moving my front foot, I'm only rotating my back foot. And that's gonna prevent me from over twisting, right? Let's say like boxing, like when we're striking.
Yeah.
We're pivoting into it, we're pivoting in, we're rotating, we're loading and we're rotating, getting the power from our hips. We're not moving this front foot, right?
So in addition to our hips, you can also utilize your back foot to pivot if you're doing a closed stance serve. So again, first we taught the hips don't lie, facing forward and turning. Michelle's like, please get off that tip. Now what we're going to be talking about is our back foot pivot, okay? So when we swing, watch what's going to happen with my back foot. Watch my back foot. Here we are, one more. Did you see my back foot? By pivoting your back foot, or AKA what they say in baseball, squashing the bug, like you have a big crunchy bug on the ground here, right? By squashing the bug, that's going to allow you to pivot your hips as well. So get up off your chair again, wherever you are, and just work on squashing the bug.
And then the icing on the cake to get Tyler's big, powerful James Ignatowicz style serve is to take all of your weight, put it in that back leg, pivot it up, and move it forward.
Yes, so once we learn how to rotate properly, now we're going to learn how to transfer our momentum.
Yes.
So again,
and that's where all of the power is.
Yes.
Doubling the power in your serve is coming from all of your body weight. It's not from your arm. Your arm can only do so much. It's coming from all of you and going behind this little pickleball and putting it on the other person's paddle.
Yes, and like that's one thing that we've been doing. We've been taking this metabolic class, which is absolutely amazing. Shout out to Metabolic Jupiter.
Yes.
And in the workout class, it's like you have stations. The last workout class, or the last station that you have, is this bag, and you have to work on your crosses and your jabs and your uppercuts. And Michele and I were both new to boxing. And what they teach you is you have to rotate your hips and everything. At first, what I'd do for a hook, I'd be just going like this. But if you can rotate your hips and get your body into it, it's going to help you a ton. Yeah. And I'd recommend for any person, if you want to really improve your serve, I have seen a direct correlation and improvement of my serve by utilizing all the boxing techniques that we've been learning at our Metabolic Jupiter class. So you need to really rotate that body. So just to catch up again, we're holding the paddle loose, we're breathing, we're letting everything go. That's phase number one of getting your serve. Good. Now phase number two is allowing your body to rotate properly. Your hips don't lie, okay? Now number three of the serve, getting the serve even faster, is what? To transfer your weight and utilize proper momentum, which is what you just said.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a Tyler or AKA James Ignatowicz style
bee on my head?
serve, no it isn't. What you are going to
Is
do
it in my hair?
is I'm going to serve here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on my back foot, and then what I'm going to do is once I'm done, then I'm going to finish on my front foot. Again, I'm going to load all my weight, all my power, everything's on this back foot. I could even take my front foot out of the air like I'm Karate Kid.
I'm done with you
right?
today. I'm literally
Instead
done with you.
of being on my front foot. Because a lot of players, they struggle with their serve. They can't hit a fast serve because all their weight's on their front foot. And then they go and serve. Maybe
Or they go up like I was.
number one, they can't rotate their hips, but maybe they're holding the paddle loose. And look, there's a ceiling to how hard I can hit.
Yeah.
But by loading on your back leg and then pushing forward, it's going to get that extra boost on your serve, okay?
Yep.
So again,
So you just have to
what I
put
want you to
10,000
do,
things to
get
get
up
good
now. We're squashing the bug. We're moving our hips. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick our back leg back. You're gonna look at your opponent. You're going to put your front leg up in the air right before your serve. You're going to do a kick, and then what are you going to do? You're gonna put your foot down, stare at them for a second, load on the back leg, and then you're going to finish forward and look at that beautiful serve. I am making that a reel. We're gonna do a short on that, how to hit a good serve. I'm gonna teach you the Karate Kid stance. But seriously, in all seriousness, folks, if you can load on your back leg and explode forward, that's going to change the game. So again, you can do it two ways. Number one, you could start on your back leg, you're going to load, then you're going to drop and explode forward, or you can what? You can start on your front leg.
Like a tennis player.
Then you can load on your back leg, and then you can explode forward and hit. Notice when I'm exploding, I'm utilizing the rotation tips, but we had to crawl before we walked. First, gotta be loose, and then you gotta learn how to rotate, then you gotta get your momentum in your rotation.
Should we give them one more bonus tip? How to hit the most epic Tyler angled out wide serve?
By rotating your body?
But do you finish your elbow to that line over there? Is that how you aim it? Because you're not aiming with your paddle if you're following through.
My body.
So you're turning your body.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want accuracy too, we're gonna make another video on that. But I mean, if we just
I just love you one more bonus
Everyone's
tip.
like, oh my gosh, how do you aim in pickleball? How do you aim? Well, you need to do this, that, point your elbow 90 degrees. Do this,
but
do that,
it's the paddle.
No, wherever you
Isn't the
point your
paddle?
body to, the ball's gonna go. So
But if you
I
follow
want to go,
through-
excuse me, if I want to
Excuse
go,
me, this is a very
to
good question
the
of
left-hand
mine.
side. Watch what I'm going to do. Once I'm done, I'm going to serve. I serve open stance, but once I'm done, here we are. Look, my body's going to be this way. If I kept on walking, I would walk directly to where I hit the ball. If I want to go down the tee, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to serve again. Here we are, boom. And look, I'm going to walk directly to where you want to go.
That's hot.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think I can aim like
but by
that.
pointing your body, it's going to direct all your momentum in the proper place and to lead on that. So once we get our momentum into our serve, then we have to get our momentum after the serve. Now you do have to make contact behind the line, but after you make contact, you can go forward into the court. I'm sure we're gonna get some comments like that.
About the third shot.
And again, for all those rule book, Bible, pickleball bangers, okay? Unless you're playing in the APP Tour, which if you're watching the video and you're playing on tour, that means a lot. But for 9 out of 10 players in this, probably watching the videos, including myself, we're never gonna play on TV, guys, so they're never gonna call you for it, okay?
Right. So about falling into the court, you mean as long as they make contact behind the line. But the thing is, you don't want to go running up to the kitchen because you still have to hit your third shot after a bounce.
Of course, but we're going to teach them after. So what you want to do is when you're sideways, or you're going to do this way again, you're going to be here, you're going to serve, you're going to load. Again, I'm loose, step number one, loose. Now I'm going to rotate like we just told you. Now I'm going to utilize my momentum forward. And now once I'm done, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit, and let's try again, sorry. One more try, here we are. I'm going to hit, load, boom, and I'm going to get, look, all of my momentum forward. I want my body to follow all the way up to the kitchen, and then you can smash the ball at your opponent, just like you were trying to say, right?
No.
I'm kidding. So, but what you want to do is after you're done your serve, I want my momentum to fall forward into it, okay? A great drill that you can do, you can get another target, don't trip on it, but you can put it a little bit out in front of you, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to serve, and once you're done, watch what's going to happen. I'm gonna load, boom, and I'm going to end up at the target. Again, I'm gonna serve, and here we are, boom, and then I'm going to end up at the target. Now, Michelle's beautiful eyes are getting bigger, and she's staring at me, being like, Tyler, you got to say something. You're going to keep on telling people to move.
I wonder if you're going to address it.
What are you going to do?
I'm waiting to see if
now,
you're going to address
after we
it.
finish forward, you're going to go on the YouTube and probably comment, Tyler, well, then I hit my third shot in the air and I lost the point. Well, after you're done moving forward, you got to get back. Because again, we have to let the ball bounce.
Right, and I was going to say an easy tip for that is while you're moving forward with your momentum, as soon as your opponent makes contact with the ball, you should be in a split step.
Yes. So what Michele means by that is she's going to serve. Here we are. We're going to serve. Here we are. I'm going to move forward. Then they're going to hit. I'm going to split step back and then come back. I'm going to serve and then I'm going to move forward. And then as soon as I get here, I'm going to move back. Right. You need to always make sure after you get your momentum into it,
this is a big, huge tip that I learned as I was getting around the 4.0 level by people that were taking lessons. We got this huge light bulb secret, and that is as soon as your opponent is making contact with the ball, if Tyler's playing over there and his paddle makes contact, you split, you stop, so that as soon as you can tell which direction that ball is coming, you can move this way or you can move this way.
Yes.
Or you can move back or forward, wherever you want to be, because you don't want to be running this way if the ball is going there. So as soon as their paddle touches the ball, you're here in the court ready to go.
So you can change direction.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing.
Yes, so again, what did we go over? Holding the paddle loose, right? Making sure we extend. We're swinging forward. We're swinging through the ball. We're loose. We're letting it go. Now we're rotating our body. And lastly, we are getting our momentum into the serve. The best drill to do is just to go out and practice, okay? Practice getting speed, okay? We know right now Michele can get the ball in by going like this. But what is she working on? She's working on getting power, so she's going to just try to utilize these tips and get comfortable. Good. Now what I want you to do though is you have such an amazing serve, which it has improved, but what do you have to do? You have to get your body a little bit forward once you're done. So I want to see you move up past that paddle. Boom. Woo! Look at that. Also, what? Acceleration and rotation equals power. It also equals spin. So Michele's getting a little bit more spin. Now, when you're practicing this drill, if you're working on getting your momentum in, I don't want you practicing just walking up like you're in a park, right? You need to make sure you recover back because we don't want to teach ourselves bad habits, especially if you're playing mixed doubles with me, right?
Also, you can be over there returning my ball, so I would have to react to it.
Okay, here we are. But again, right now when Michele's doing this though, she's not just trying to get the ball in. She doesn't care. She misses, makes it. She's just working on getting power and then getting back.
Look, that was out.
Too good. And just realize the faster she hits the ball, the faster it's probably going to come back. So you really have to be ready if you're doing that momentum with your tips. Play it out. Hey. Half court. Ooh. Or come in after my return there. I didn't, but whatever. Her serves are too good. A lobber. Oh no, she's gonna kill me. Woo! 2-1 me, game point. Ooh, to the backhand. Ooh.
Thanks.
What tip when you serve works best for you that we explained her?
Really just trying to load my weight, shift it, and move forward for me.
Yeah.
I still hold the paddle way too tight.
For me personally, by coach, yeah, you do hold the paddle too tight.
I don't know why I can't let it go. But I guess that's for another story.
Yeah, holding the paddle loose. We'll make a whole documentary on it. It won't even be a YouTube. It'll be so long that'll be like a Netflix series, like
How to let
3
go.
seasons to finally maybe get you a little bit looser. That's okay. All right, for me, I think really rotating my body through my lower body. I feel like I've coached tennis for so long as well as pickleball, and like feeding balls like this, I'm so used to compensating with my upper body. So if I can really compensate or focus on my lower body, it'll help me a ton. And also for me, just having the confidence. I go out and play if it's a tight game or if I feel nerves, I'm going to slow my serve down. Then once I get loose, when I start feeling it, then I'm going to amp up my serves or when I'm up in the game.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny? We gave so many good tips on the serve, and it was like so many. Did I follow through on my serves? Like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
When I was serving, but I'm sure if I watch it back, I probably do follow through on my serve, but like it all matters about repetition because you want it to become second nature. So if you forget, oh, tip number 3, it's already happening because you've done it so many times.
Yeah, and that's why repetition, practice makes permanent. And a big thing, right? We went over so many tips. If you can apply 1 or 2 of these tips, it's going to improve your game.
It's still easier than a tennis serve. A tennis serve, there's so many more
because there's so
parts.
many different things. Yeah, for sure. But again, try all these tips. Add them all up. Guys, you guys are going to instantly, again, get 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, if you didn't, please let us know in the comments below, and we will apologize to you. I'll get on our YouTube.
Get rid of that drop bounce serve,
write
too.
to you guys saying sorry for wasting your time.
Don't you agree? No bounce drop serve.
Yeah, no bounce drop serves. We're too good. Again, the best way to do that is by saying drop, hit, drop, hit. Even dropping and catching the ball. Actually, after this, we're going to do a video of getting rid of the bounce drop serve. Okay. That's an amazing video. And guys, have fun. Go for it. Again, for me, the number one thing that holds myself back is I do not go for my serve. Go for it, practice it, and you're going to be better off. If you guys want any of our amazing Selkirk gear, we have the Selkirk paddles, we got the trucker hat. We're also doing a Valentine's Day giveaway. We're giving away our paddles, our hats, our bags, and our balls to, I think, a few lucky winners. Make sure to click the link in the description. If you guys want to purchase anything, make sure to click our link. You get a user promo code ADV-Universal for a gift card with your Selkirk purchase. If you want any programs, if you want you and your friends, wherever you are in this world, to have our instructors come out to you and teach you how to hit a better serve. If you want them to do a corporate event, fundraiser event, any type of pickleball event or program, make sure you click the link in the description, fill out the form, and the Universal Rackets representative will get out to you. Make sure to subscribe to our newsletter for the best updates and exclusive tips. Have a good one. Happy hitting. Make sure your hips don't lie. Keep on moving. Do this type of serve. Happy hitting. Get more power, and we'll see you next time on court.